2 Timothy 3:7 says this, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. We're in an age where we have more information than ever, more learning than ever, more podcasts than ever, more teaching than ever, more books than ever, more Q-Talks than ever. And it's a danger if we don't get to the knowledge of the truth. Over these couple days, I hope we get to the knowledge of truth. Because when we get to that knowledge, we'll start to have a courage and a boldness like Timothy. Have you read the letters from Paul to Timothy, this young man? So many of you in this room are younger. You're being mentored, you're being encouraged. And Paul's writing these letters to Timothy. And he encourages him, just like that first verse, like don't have a spirit of fear. Don't let that overtake you. Be somebody who's bold and has a sound mind. Do you know how he dies? How Timothy dies at the age of 80 years old? He dies standing in the middle of the street as a parade for the goddess Diana is coming down the center of the street, and he dares stand in the middle of that street and confronts this pagan worship. And at 80 years old, he's dragged out of the street and stoned to death. Imagine an 80-year-old man being stoned to death in a society. What society does that to an 80-year-old man? It's one that's convicted by the boldness and the courage and the strength of a saint who decided it wasn't just enough to confront things in the church, but he also needed to go to the street. He needed to go to the public square and confront things that were overtaking that society.